We're joined by David Cardoso. Hello, David.
Hello.
All right, the new book is called The Case Against Barack Obama. Oh, I bet they love you here in Denver.
I'm the most popular guy. I might make Oprah's book list, too.
I bet you will. All right, now the book, just for reference sake, it debuted last week and is so far doing pretty good.
Well, it debuted on the New York Times bestseller list at number 5 this past Sunday.
And what is The Case Against Barack Obama?
The case against Barack Obama, first of all, is that this idea of open change in his campaign is spending millions of dollars to project is really a great lie. It's not something that's borne out by Senator Obama's record, that in fact he has participated in, endorsed, and played in the old politics that he denounces, and that he is a product of Chicago's political machine, that his ties there are quite open and obvious to anyone who bothers to read the Chicago newspapers, as much of the mainstream media hasn't. When liberals and conservatives work together in a bipartisan way for the good of the country, the way Senator Obama talks about, he works against them. He works to preserve Chicago's political corruption. He's deliberately done that at a time when reformers are trying to clean it up. And I give examples of that early and often in the case against Barack Obama.
Now, give us an example. I mean, it's one thing to be able to say that he's part of the old machine, but even give us an example of that.
In 2006, the Cook County election for Cook County Board President, this is the most dramatic, if not the most important example. This is for the county that Chicago is in. The Cook County Democratic machine boss was on the ropes, and there was a progressive reformer named Horace Claypool running against him. And liberals and conservatives were coming together behind Claypool because they were sick of all the corruption. They were sick of the fact that John Stroger, the boss's cronies, were all being hired to these six-figure jobs on the county payroll, that they were being kept on so that they'd be his political workers, that they were laying off nurses and shuttering health clinics, firing the people who clean the toilets so that they could put more cronies on the county payroll, more of these political workers for various aldermen, state senators, or Stroger himself, Mayor Daley, everyone who's using the county payroll basically as a waiting post for their political stooges. Well, when Claypool nearly won with Obama's endorsement, he would have won. Obama stayed out. In the general election, through some very shady maneuvering, John Stroger dropped out. His son Todd was put on the ballot. Same kind of guy, promised the same kind of thing. In fact, since winning the election, he's done the same kind of thing. Obama endorsed him, called him a good progressive Democrat. The liberals in Chicago howled over that. They were very upset because that's the way Chicago politics works. You've got your machine people and you've got your reformers. And bipartisan reform is something Obama worked against in Chicago and basically has on a consistent basis. And I offer many, many examples of that.
Now, we talked to Jerome Corsi a couple days ago, the author of Abomination. He spoke of how the Obama campaign sought to write him off as a political hack and as a hatchet job for the book. I mean, what is your background? What is your story? Why you? And what will you say, or what do you say when someone says, well, this guy just he's a hack and he's just trying to, put out some spin there?
Well, as a matter of fact, the mainstream reviews of my book have been very positive. Politico said that it was serious and fact-based. Just today, John Cass in the Chicago Tribune said that people should read my book, and my book is the one to read, the case against Barack Obama. I believe that I have given a very responsible presentation of the facts, and I avoid trying to use emotional arguments and speculate about Senator Obama's thinking too much. I think the reception are warm. The Obama campaign has basically ignored my book, but and of course,
I trust you sent them a copy.
Oh, of course.
Was it returned to Senator?
I wanted to sign it, and the problem when you send things to the Senate, they get irradiated. But anyway, I think that the Obama campaign will not be able to ignore the facts of my book. They haven't been. In fact, since my book has come out, they won't come after me because they know there's nothing in the book they can assail. But they are trying to obfuscate on various things I talk about, like the Born Alive Infants Protection Act. I probably not enough time to talk about it here, but I devote a chapter to Senator Obama's position on abortion, which is an extreme position. They certainly don't want to discuss the things about the political machine. His claim to be a reformer, though, I think is given the lie greatest by something that's happened since I published the book. Saddleback Forum, he's asked to name a time when he's worked against his interests or his party's interests for the sake of something he perceived to be in the good interests of the nation. And his answer that he gave was that he was proud of the time he worked with Senator John McCain on ethics reform. Well, he never worked with Senator John McCain at this point. That's actually like a very well-documented fact that they had a nasty exchange of letters over the topic after talking once. And so he's asked to validate the entire premise of his campaign, and he gives a fictional answer. I think that pretty much validates everything that I worked to do and present, the case that I present in the case against Barack Obama.
You know, David, many people would just say that a lot of guys are out there just trying to take a shot at a candidate to make money or whatever, but as I'm zooming in right here, what I see on your lapel is a McGovern button. So you have at least somewhat of a history in your family of Democratic politics.
Well, I have to, to be fully honest, my dad volunteered for McGovern. He was a big liberal, or he was a big Democrat. He's one of the ethnic Democrats whom the Democratic Party left when they embraced the radical social agenda, beginning in the late 60s, early 1970s. So, but yeah, that's where I got it from. It's an original. I'm happy to wear it. It looks a lot like the Obama pins, and I like to think maybe there's a historical parallel.
You know, as you alluded to, David, the people who live in Chicago, who grew up in Chicago, have been there in politics for a long time. The name Barack Obama is not a new one to them. To the rest of us, to us out here in Oklahoma, we've never heard of Barack Obama before. So how does Barack Obama's opposition introduce Barack Obama to the nation the way you know Barack Obama, the way Chicago knows Barack Obama?
I don't know much about how to run a political campaign. I've never been involved in that. I mean, I cover politics. I cover legislation for national.
Because, you know, for most of a lot of Americans, when they go out and cast their vote, it's a popularity contest. They don't know the history of the machine that exists in Chicago.
Right. What I think they would have to do, and again, I don't know how they present it, but I would hope that they would start by looking at what I've written in the case against Barack Obama and work from there. I mean, the facts are there. The facts are very clear. It's unalterable. The Chicago press has done a good job covering all the relevant things. And if only the rest of the country would pay attention, of course, the McCain campaign, they have to figure out what they want to do.
They have a copy of your book?
I'm sure somebody does by now. I mean, it's
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
The name of the book is The Case Against Barack Obama, The Unlikely Rise and Unexamined Agenda of the Media's Favorite Candidate. The author is David Fredoso. We have all the information up on the website. You can go to krmg.com. David, thank you, sir, very much.
Thanks so much for having me.